Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles. In the month of November, I'm going to be trying to upload 3 videos every day, which is like it's been kind of rough actually. Um, but 2 of the average and below difficulty level, and 1 that's going to be average and harder difficulty level. And this is today's easy level puzzle, and it's called Clip Together by Sudoku. And here are the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply, which means place the digits 1 through 9 in every row, every column, and every box. Region sum lines. Digits along the blue region sum lines have the same sum within each box the line passes through. So basically that means these 5 digits equals the same as these 5 digits, equals the same as these 3 digits, which equals the same as these 2 digits. And that should give you some information. And these 2 digits equals the same as these 3 digits, which equal the same as these 3 digits, which equal the same as these 2, which equals the same as these 4 and these 4. And that's what a region sum line is. A Nabner line. Each gold line contains a set of non-repeating digits, and no 2 digits on such a line can be consecutive. So, basically, on this line, if you had, say, a 2 on the line, you know there could not be a 1 or 3, because you cannot have consecutive digits on a Nabner line. And if you look at Nabner, it's actually Renban spelled backwards. So it's an opposite of a Renban line, essentially. Okay, and Kropke. Digits separated by a white dot must be consecutive. Not all dots are given. So these 2 digits are separated by 1, a difference of 1. That's what consecutive means. And just because it says not all dots are given, that means there could be 2 other digits that are consecutive. It's just that we know specifically about these 2 cells that they must be consecutive. And those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay. So one thing about Nabner lines, if there are 5 of them and they're distinct, that means there has to be 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 in a normal Sudoku, if there's 5 of them. So we know this has to be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. These are 2, 4, 6, 8. These are 2, 4, 6, 8. We know also these are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Same reasoning. 4 though is a little different. Okay, so one thing is that these have to be 1 through 7 because we know it adds up to 2. So it's 17 at most, which is 1 through 7. I think it has to be 1, 2, and 3. So this is 4 through 9. This is 4 through 9, which means this is 4 through 9. Right. This cannot be 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 though. Okay, so it has to be greater than 15. If it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this becomes 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 6 and 7, you can only have 1 of 6 or 7 on the Nabner line and 1 of 8 or 9 on the Nabner line, but there's no other possibility then. So you need to have 1 of 4 or 5 here, which means one of these has to be 4 or 5. Because to add up to less than 17 or less, you have to have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 at best. You could have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, so 16 still in play. So we know this has to have a 9. And it's either 7, 9 or 8, 9. So because of that, you know this has to have 1 of 7 or 8. So the other 7 or 8 has to be here. Which means this is 5 as one of 5 or 6, one of 3 or 4, one of 1 or 2. Right? Because the Nabner line forces that too. So it could be 1, 3, 5, and then 7 on the line. It has to have one of 7 or 8. Because it's 4 digits. And we know the 9 is already here. So the 9 is already here. There has to be one of 7 or 8. Assume you don't. You can't have. You can only have one of 1 or 2, one of 3 or 4, one of 4 or 5. You have to have one of 7 or 8. So this is at most 12. Right? Because the highest you can have is 2, 4, and 6. So this has to have 1 and 2 because it's at most 12. This has to have 1 and 2 because it's at most 12. So this can't be 2, this can't be 1, this can't be 1, therefore this is the 1. This cannot be 1. Right, because, yeah. Okay. This cannot have an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It cannot be 11. So this is either 12 or 10. Interesting. This is 16 or 17 without a 9. And it cannot have 7 and 8. So this cannot have a 1. Right? Because 1 can only be with either 6, 9 or 7, 8. And it can't be either of those. Or it could be, I guess, 1, 7, 9 too. But the problem is that, yeah, the 9 can't be there. So this is 2 through 8. Okay. This is 4 or 5. This has to be 4 or 5 also. So the 4 or 5 cannot be here. You can only have one of 8 or 9 here, so this has to be an 8 or 9. So one of 8 or 9 is here, one of 6 or 7 is here, one of 4 or 5s is here. So this is one of 8 or 9. This is consecutive. So it could be 1 through 8. The 9 we know has to be here because the 9 has to be here. Therefore, the 9 cannot be here. The 9 cannot be here. Therefore, this is 9. So this cannot be 9. 8 has to be one of these two. So this can't be 8. So this is 1 through 7. This is 10 at most. Oh, this has to be 3, 5, 7, 9. Right. Say it was. No, that's not true. One of 2 or 3, one of 4, 5. That's not true. It cannot be 2, 4, 6, 8. So say it was 8, then that would force it to be 2, 4, 6, 8. So this cannot be 8. This has to be a 9. So it cannot be 8 here. It could be 6 or 7. It could be 4 or 5. It could be 2 or 3. It cannot be 1, 2, 3, 5. So this is either 10. So that would be 2 or 12. So this is even too. So these are all even. We don't know about this one. There could be an even digit on it. Can there? So, okay, so there could be a 2 on it, right? If there's a 2, it could be 5, 7, 9. But I don't think it could be a 4, right? If it's a 4, that eliminates 3 and 5. And you can't have a 2 because these have to be even. So because they all have to be even, this cannot be 4, right? If it's a 4, that eliminates 3 and 5. You can't have a 6. So you have one of 7 or 8, but then you don't have another number that's possible. So it can't be 4, can't be 6 because that eliminates 5 and 7. You could have a 3, but then you can't have an 8 anyways. So this cannot be, this could be 2, 3, 5, or 7. This could be 2, 4, 6, 8, or 3, 5, 7. So that doesn't really help much. Okay, so this can't be 1. We know the 8's over here. Oh, this sees all 4 of 1, 3, 5, 7. So this cannot be 1, 3, 5, or 7. It's 2, 4, or 6. Okay, so this is even. I'm not sure what that tells us. This also sees 1, 3, 5, 7, right? So these are all distinct numbers. So this can't be 1, 3, 5, 7 either. So one of these is 1, 3, 5, 7. So whatever's here has to be here. Which means, this is even. Okay, so that's a good one. So this one has to be here, but it also means it has to be here, which means it cannot be 7. So this can't be 7, which means this can't be 7. This is 2, 4, 6, 8. This is an even number, which makes this odd. So it cannot be 2, 4, or 6. So it's 1, 3, 5, 7. This is 1, 3, or 5. We got 1, 3, or 5 there. If this is 8, this has to be 4 and 6, which is not possible, right? If it's 4, 6, this becomes 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, which is greater than 17. So this can never be 8. This has to be 9, which makes this 8. So this can't be 8. So we know the 9's here. This can't be 8. This can't be 8. This is at most 10. Huh. This is at this is at most 12. It's at least 10 though. So this is 3 through 9. This is 3 through, it has to have an 8. So this can't be 8. This is 3 through 9. That can't be 8. This can't be 8. So if it's 4, 6, 4, 6, this is 2. So this can never be 2. It could be 4, 8 though. This could be any number, really. 2, 4, 6 also is possible. This is 2, 4, 6, 8. Cannot be 1, 3, 5, or 7. Okay. So there's no 7 here. Oh. Since there's no 7 here, there must be a 7 on one of these, which means it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 at least, which is 17. So this has to be 8 and 9. So there is no 8. So it's at least 17, which means this is 6 and 7. Right? So it cannot be 2. It cannot be 3 because that's 16. So it's... Wait, it has to be 4, 6, 7. Yeah, this is 4, 6, 7. So this is 4, 6, 7. This is 4 or 7 or 5 or 6. Say this is 4. It cannot be 5 and 6. It has to be 4 and 7. So this can't be 4 or 7, which means the 7's over here, which means this can't be 7. So this cannot be 4 either, right? Wait, no. This can't be 5 or 6. That can't be 5. So So this cannot be 4 or 7 here. This can't be 4 or 7. This becomes a 5, 6, 8, 9. This is 4, 7, 8, 9. So this is 1, 2, 3, 5. This is 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, so this has to be 1, 3, 5, 7. So the 2's over here. This is 1, 3, 5, 7. This has to be 2, 4, 6, which means this is 4 and 8. Because those are only two even digits that add up to 12. So this can't be 4, this can't be 4, 8, this can't be 4, this can't be 4, this can't be 4, this can't be 8, this can't be 4. No 4, 8 can only be here. So this can't be 8, which means that's 8, so this is 7. So there's no 8 here, no 8 here. This can't be 7. This can't be 4. So this is 12. No 7. This is 7. This is 12, so it cannot be 4 and 8. Could be 3, 9, or 5, 7. So this can't be 9, which means that can't be 3. This is 12. So this is 4 or 6. And this also has to be 4 or 6 because it's either 1, 2, 3, 6 or 1, 2, 4, 5. So this cannot be 4 or 6. This can't be 4 or 6. We know the 4 is over here, so this can't be 4. This can't be 7. No 7. This is 1, 2, 3, 6 or 1, 2, 4, 5. The 4 cannot be here. The 4 cannot be here. Therefore, this is 1, 2, 4, 5. So this is no 5, no 5. That becomes 3, 7, 9. No 3, 9, no 5, no 7. This is 6, 8. So this has to be 5, which means this cannot be 4 and 5. So this is 1, 2, 3, 6. So that's 4. This can't be 5, that can't be 5, that can't be 7 because this can't be 5. This can't be 5, that can't be 5. No 6 or 8. So 7 has to be one of these. 9 has to be one of these. So this cannot be 9. 9 is one of these. This is 12 without a 4, a 6, or a 7. So it could be 1, 2, 9. It could be 1, 3, 8, but this has to be... Okay, so 1, 2, 9. I mean, this can't be 2. So this would have to be the 2. This would be 1 and 9. 1, 3, 8 means this is 8. So if this is 8, this could be 1 and 3. Cannot have a 1, 4, 7. Can it be 2, 3, something? No, it's 12. So the 1 has to be here, which means this can't be 1. Okay. This can't be 8. 8 is one of these two. So there's no 1, there's no 4, 6, or 7. Okay. So the 4 is over here. If this is 6, this would have to be 9, and nothing would work. So this cannot be 6. Can this ever... I guess this could be 5 if this is 2, right? We know the 8's here, we know the 8's here, we know the 8's here. Therefore, this has to be 8, and this has to be 9. So this cannot be 9. We know 9's one of these 3. This can't be 9. 7. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 5. This is 3 and 5. So this cannot be 1, 2, 3, or 5. So we have 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Obviously, this can't be 8. This can't be 4 and 9. This can't be 8. So the 8 has to be over here. So there has to be 8, which means that can't be 8. This can't be 8. Therefore, this has to be 8, which means this is 1, 3. So there's no 3 here. There's no 3 here. This is 1 or 3. This is 1, 3, 5, 7. So there's no 7 here. 1 and 3, so we have 2, 5, and 9. The 5 cannot be here because this has to have a 5 because 1 or 3 is here, so this is 1 or 3. Interesting. So this is pink. That has to match with this one, which is different from this. So the red has to be here, so this is red. So this also becomes 2, 9, which means this can't be 9. So this is 4 and 6. This can't be 4 or 6. This is 2, 9, 2, 9. Therefore, this is the 5. So the 5 cannot be here, which means this is 5, which means this can't be 5. This can't be 5. Okay. This cannot be 5 anymore because this has to be 5. Therefore, this becomes 3 and 9. So the reds are all 1s. So this is 1. This becomes 7. This is 1. This is 3. This is 3. No 1 or 3. That's 2, 5. No 1 along here. No 3 here. So that forces this to be 3. This is 2. This is 5. This cannot be 3 or 5. This cannot be 3 or 7. So this is 9. This can't be 9. Oh, this is 1, 2, 3, 6. So this is 7. That forces this to be 1 and this to be, not 9, 6. So we have then 2 and 3. So this is 6. The 7 cannot be here. This can't be 1. That's 2, 5, 2, 5. So this one has to be 3. This has to be 9. This cannot be 9. No 3, no 9. Excuse me. This is can't be 6, can't be 3, can't be 6, can't be 3. No 2 here. So we know the 2's over here. No 3 or 6, no 3. 2, 5, 2, 5. Okay, so let's remove the coloring. Okay, since there's a 3, this cannot be 2 anymore. So this has to be 5, 2, which makes that 2. This is 7, 9. This is 9. This is 2. So this has to be 2. No 9 here, which means this is 9. Which forces this to be 7, which forces that to be 9. 4. This is 4, 7, 4, 7, so that can't be 7. This is 6. This is 7. This is 5. No 2, no 2, no 2, no 9, no 2, no 2. Therefore, the 2 has to be here, which means this can't be 2. This is 4, which makes that 6, which makes that 8. This is 5, 9, 7, 4. This has to be 2. 6, 4, 7, 5, 1, 6. This becomes a 1, 3, 4, 3, 4. So that's a 1, 6, and a 3. This has to be 6. This is 8. This has to be 2, 4, 6, 1, 5, 7, 5, 7, which makes that 4. This has to be not 6, 5, 1, 3, 4, 7, 5, 7, and 3. And that's the solve. Yep. Fairly straightforward. Not on the very easy level, but yeah, pretty straightforward. And if you follow the logic, it's, pretty doable. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.